So I recently talked with someone who got a camel. It was taken away by animal control from someone else, and she got it. And when she got it, she was concerned that he was underweight. But it was very difficult to tell because she's in a colder climate and they have a very thick coat. So she asked me, is he underweight? And this is a common stigma, I think, especially in America. If you look at camel pictures in India or anywhere else, you'll see how they're supposed to look. You're supposed to see their ribs. You want to see a faint outline of their ribs. Nessie's got a little more. You can kind of in certain angles, but she's built a little more heavily than baby. This is what healthy camels are supposed to look like. I've been to so many zoos and visited so many camels in America, and they are fat. It is painful to even see them, because look at these tiny little legs, and they're putting all this pressure on these joints. These are desert animals. You've got to think about it. They don't eat much. They're kept thin. They're in a hot environment. They're lean. They're just lean animals. This is how they're meant to look. And I think that, I don't know, maybe because of horses, you don't generally want to see the ribs on most horse breeds or what, but camels, no, you want to see a very faint outline of ribs, and under their coat during the winter, you should be able to feel them. If you don't feel them, your camel is overweight, and being overweight is far more dangerous than being underweight, especially for a growing camel. They can have joint problems and be painful for the rest of their life. One easy way to tell if your camel is getting too thin, well, does he or she have a hump? Here's Nessie's hump. When a camel gets too thin, he starts using his hump for nutrients, and it will either deplete itself or it'll just kind of flop over. So it's very easy to tell. You really want a thin, lean build, always. If you're ever curious or want to take a look on Google Images at camels in India or anywhere in the Middle East, and you'll see how they're meant to look. We feed them too much here. And there's so many people who also feed them alfalfa, which is just packing on the pounds, and they'll feed them grain too. Don't feed your camels grain or alfalfa. They need low protein. Just all you have to do is think about where they came from. A harsh desert environment. They need to be thin, they thrive on it, and if they aren't, you are going to mess up their legs and their joints, and they will be weak. It's just a huge pet peeve of mine, and you can tell them, hey, your camel is overweight, but they don't understand. But here they are eating. I feed them very small meals throughout the day. Don't like to overfeed, but yeah, Nessie definitely has a lot more bulk on her than baby. She's just kind of built that way. She's very nice. She's very nice. I really want to get her bred. I think her baby would be excellent, depending upon the bull. Oh, you got a mouthful there, Nessie. But yeah, I've always maintained their weight very thin, especially when they were younger. I kept them super skinny. And the results are you don't get a camel who is miserable forever because their legs didn't develop properly, and no one wants to walk around carrying all this weight. I've actually seen camels on their legs have literal fat rolls. I don't know, these people just stop and look. That doesn't look right. I mean, they're not supposed to look like that. But anyway, I just came out here and I was watching them eat, and I thought I'd mention it because I don't know how many people realize it. I don't know, maybe some of you out there are considering getting a camel, maybe some of you have camels, but either way, do not overfeed your camel. Do not feed your camel grain or anything high in protein and nutrients. They simply do not get that where they evolved from, and it is unnatural for them to have it. And it ultimately may not right away, but it's going to cause problems. And the really, really bad part is a lot of these camels I've seen have been at zoos. I think zoos are kind of supposed to know better. I mean, they're generally supposed to be the experts. It's just not good. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to end this with a close-up of baby.